All right, let's get into the one that I am honestly most excited about for this RAF card. David Carr versus Tajmuraz Salkazanov. You have David Carr, the previous world team member for the United States of America. He might not have medaled for the United States, but man, is he a promising up-and-comer for the United States for 74 kilograms. He has some of the best timing. His timing is honestly on another level, whether it be with his offense or defense. He has quick reattacks, and I think he really needs to trust in his reattacks and focus on his defensive side instead of shooting. Now, listen, we saw when he went to the last year's World Championship, he lost in the quarter semifinal to Sherman Valiev. He was up by 4 points. He kept shooting, and Sherman used his incredible counter offense to score off of David's attacks. Again, David was winning with such short time, but he kept attacking and ended up ultimately losing that match. And then later, he faced Olympic champion Zarubek Sidakov. Pretty similar situation. Not really, though, because Zarubek is almost like a Jordan Burroughs, very clutch. Zarubek ends up scoring on David in the last few seconds. An unbelievable first time Senior World Championship performance from David Carr. Now, let's talk about his opponent, Tajmuraz Salkazanov. This guy has won a lot of things. He might not be an Olympic champ, but let me tell you, he has been close. And he has also beat Rasenbek Jamalov in the European Championships, who Rasenbek went on to eventually win the Olympic Games. Now, we can't sit here and say that you can't base these Olympic champs off of their matches previous to it. Same thing after they performed in the Olympic Games when it counted, right? So not counting that, but just to say that Sakazanov has been again, he has wrestled the best and he has beaten some of the best, right? You have to be careful when you are wrestling Salkazanov because this guy is so sneaky especially in the tie-ups. You don't realize what he's doing until he explodes through you. His setups are so subtle. He has an amazing post. He posts on the elbow and goes either high C or a double leg. He either goes high C, finishes double leg, or posts to a double leg. He really just can explode from this neutral tie-up. He's a slick, sneaky duck under, like I said, to either a high C or to a double leg. He explodes out of nowhere. He has a slight hand fighting to an explosive tie-up. So David really has to pick and choose where to go. He also has to pick and choose in the hand fight. He can't just get comfortable in this soft, flowy hand fight because if he just decides to flow and be chill against Salkazanov, he's gonna get posted to a double or high C. David has some pretty amazing offense, or excuse me, defense as well. But against someone that can lure you in that hand fight and just out of nowhere go post or duck under or whatever it is, sometime he just grabs you and he just let goes and shoots a double leg. Sal Kazanov's one of the most sneakiest wrestlers, and like I said, he's wrestled some of the best wrestlers out there, Olympic champ, world champs. He's always been a wrestler. It's been right there. Hasn't achieved Olympic status or Olympic champ status or world champ status, but he's been right there. He's a world medalist. He's an Olympic, or a European medalist. And so this is really a battle of strategy. David Carr needs to be strategic in the hand fight, otherwise he's going to get scored on early. And Salkazanov has some nasty gut wrench and leg lace offense, as do most of the European guys. I think that's something that as Americans we need to catch up on is our transition from our takedowns to turns, and we are getting better at that. But that's something that the Europeans are still better than us, and the Asians as well, especially Japan. So can David Carr be smart in this match? He has to be strategic. If he gets up by 2 or 4 points, okay, lock it down in your tie-up. You have very good tie-ups. You have very good movement. You don't need to shoot in these close matchups. So for David, and I'm sure he learned that in the World Championships, is you don't need to shoot when you're up by 4 points, especially against someone who is an amazing counter offensive wrestler like Truman Valiev. And Tajmuraz Salkazanov is also an amazing counter-offensive wrestler. Most of these Russians are, and I'll tell you, Salkazanov is representing Slovakia. He is from North Ossetia, Alania, and they work so much defense, counter-offensive wrestling because Defense wins championships. As you've probably heard before, this is going to be one of the most high level matches we see at RAF so far until we get to RAF Moscow, which I'm excited to preview next because that's basically America versus Russia. Super exciting matchup. Don't miss this one.